welcome back to the Nutmeg. On today's episode, we're going to be doing some deliveries over to Walter's, grain and feed, and then I believe Zine. No, not Zine, or Zine. That's the other industry on the same spur as Walter's Feed and Grain. But we do have some deliveries down here to the bottom right of the screen. That's Riverhead Transload facility. We've got a bunch of cars going in there. 2 box cars up to the warehouse behind the TV, the center beam, and then a couple of gondolas with some sewage pipe, looks like. So let's get this rolling, and we'll start our deliveries. It's been a little bit since our last video, been a couple of weeks. Missed last weekend, sorry about that, but new position at work, and all of those sort of things begin to take away from the train time, which is fine, because without the job you don't have the trains, and without the trains you don't have the joy. But that's what I've been up to. I actually filmed this a couple of weeks ago. I just never got around to doing the voiceover. But let's make our way over to Riverhead Spur, so we can start our deliveries. I wanted to say something about consisting locomotives. I've noticed that if you get the same manufacturer, and this might be common knowledge among the community, but if you get the same manufacturer of locomotives, so like essentially you're going to have the same motors, it's going to have the same gearing, and then you get the same DCC controller in each of those, you're going to have very little issue with speed matching and all of that sort of stuff. You just simply set your momentum and kind of away you go. And it's the same with this pair of locomotives. There's only a slight difference in the speed, but it's not really noticeable. It's essentially it's over the course of my layout. I might lose, like there might be an inch worth of difference. So it's not really all that bad. So I don't really have to do much of anything to get these two working together, but they're just doing it right out of the box, essentially. And so that's why on this layout I run mostly Atlas locomotives. They're what I look for. On my last layout I ran Athearn, and I don't know why, but constantly I was having issues with being like one running too fast and the other one running too slow or whatever. The Athearn models are great. They're beautiful. They're nice and detailed and all of that sort of stuff. But the level of detail is just as well with the Atlas ones. And I don't know. The Atlas just seemed to run a bit better. And I noticed that when I was buying up my U-boats a little while ago, older Atlas Red Box locomotives for cheap. I was slapping in the same decoder in each of those, and they're up from all around the same time frame, and every single one of them ran perfectly together. So I could just simply swap them in, swap them out, didn't have to worry about speed matching much of anything. And then that's kind of carried on into what I got going on today with the newer locomotives here, because these are Atlas Silver locomotives. And of course I understand as I'm talking about locomotives, we haven't hardly seen the locomotives very much. I apologize, but I don't know, it's something that was on my mind, and I was figured I'd share it just in case anybody was curious about, how to lash up or consist successfully some locomotives. Personally, I'd tried to stick with the same manufacturer and the same decoder, just to minimize any issue you might have. So that's it. That's my only point. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'll let you watch some trains now. We'll just shove these outbound cars, empties from Riverhead, out onto the lead here, so that I can shove down the deliveries and set those into place. Just gonna have to shove these back around the bend. There's enough space, I think, in the bend between, maybe not actually. Yeah, so I didn't have enough space between the road and the turnout. So I've got to shove these all the way back across the road, so that I don't block the road for too long. So I'll just get these over past the road over here, cut them loose, and then I'll make the journey back down into Riverhead. And that's kind of what I am enjoying about this road crossing here. I knew that there was going to be a road crossing of some sort in this area, but I didn't know exactly where it was going to be. And then all of a sudden I got, I was kind of screwing around and kind of figured it out one day. And it's actually been working out really well. I would hope, right? Because I've kind of set it into stone here with joint compound and all that sort of stuff. But no, it's working out really well. And it kind of adds this additional layer of I've got to be conscious of, blocking the road and everything, and keeping the cars free of that. So I'd encourage you to do the same thing on your layout. Ultimately, it just simply adds a little bit of variety to your switching operations. As I'm watching this this cut of cars slide down this spur. I was and thinking, man, this is a longer cut of cars. It was making me think about my old layout and how I didn't have very long spurs. I mean, it was only like 10 feet wide or 11 feet. Excuse me. And then and the industries were off of that, but it only had I don't know, the ability to have like a couple, like 2 cars, maybe 3 in each industry, and then you wouldn't really have a longer cut of cars sliding past you, and it just didn't seem like it was fun, and it passed the time and everything, but it just didn't seem to have the same sort of feeling as like a normal railroad would have, and so just these kinds of scenes where the camera's set up and the train's going by, and it just sort of seems to take a little bit longer than usual, right? Like it's got that feeling of sitting at a railroad crossing and you thinking, man, when is this train gonna end? So having for at least for me, and I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but at least for me, having a larger layout has really helped me enjoy the hobby a little bit more, just simply because of those scenes where the cars keep coming, and that's kind of why I expanded my layout, started over and made a bigger one. So I don't know, just a thought. I mean, even in something like this, it's kind of interesting to have a single car, and you've got 2 locomotives shoving around a single car. But I don't know, it's those longer cuts that kind of get me. So I don't know, just a thought. This scene, I definitely have to spend a little bit of time on. I've got to get that back corner there over the helix filled in with a hillside, and the main line kind of cutting down the edge of the hill, sort of thing. So just to kind of cover that whole area in, I think I've got to do that sooner rather than later, because this scene right here, where we've got the housing and the locomotives sliding down in front of the housing and all that sort of thing. I don't know, it's kind of a nice scene. I do appreciate it, but it does take a little bit of imagination to kind of fill it out. So and I can see why it would be a little bit annoying for somebody that doesn't know the picture that I have in my mind, to look at that scene and say, oh, that's kind of an annoying scene right now, and I get it. But we're working on, I just started doing some scenery and all that sort of stuff, so we're working on it, and we will get there, but just not quite today. So but now that I've made this realization, I think that's going to be something that I'm going to try and do here shortly. So we'll see. All right, so we've got 3 cars getting picked up, 2 from Zine printing shop, 1 from Walter's Feed and Grain. I'm going to set those out on the lead, or the spur for the switchback here. And then we've got this single Canadian CP car going back down in, and that's going down to Walter's Feed and Grain. Zine is not getting anything today, so and I do have a plan for the slurry cars. those, I think I've mentioned it a few videos ago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have a kitty litter manufacturing facility here on the layout, and I'm going to send that, have that down at on the bottom level, so that I can have a dedicated industry for these clay slurry cars. I was doing a little bit of research on them, and a lot of times those facilities are like right next to a clay, what do you call it, quarry or whatever, and they're able to simply get the materials right from where they're set up. But in this particular case, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have the clay delivered to a centralized sort of facility that's getting clay from wherever and shipped here. The other thing that I'll mention is I understand that most of the industries that I've seen typically are using covered hoppers instead of the clay slurry cars. So there's the two different ways of shipping clay is with the slurry or dry in the hopper, and I'm choosing to put it, for whatever reason, it could be wrong. It's fine. I don't really much mind. A little bit of a derailment here. I don't really much mind it being, quote unquote wrong. It's just kind of what I'm gonna do, and so yeah. So look, wait around for, I don't know, maybe a couple of months, and I might have my kitty litter facility in operation down on the lower level. But on this particular operation, we're just clearing that out from Zine. And they've decided to not get clay slurry cars anymore. So that's good. We just got to clear out that one empty. That's the last one being delivered to this industry. And there's our last delivery on the right, and our 3 pickups for today on this front spur. And we'll shove those down into the yard, and that's going to be us done for the day. And thank you for stopping in, watching my video. Again, I apologize for no video last weekend. New job and all that sort of stuff. So I hope to be not having that interruption again. Obviously, I've got this coming up today, and I think I'm gonna be doing another operating session this weekend, filming that up so that I can make some more videos. I do have one more video in this series, and that's delivering to a municipal lot down on the end of the layout. I think I need to align these cars. The reason why I'm kind of pulling out a little bit here, I just had to align the correct, to get these on the correct track to set up outbound train. So apologize for that, but here we go. We're just shoving down into the yard, and we'll see you again on the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping in, and next one is coming up soon. Thanks again. Bye.